Good evening everybody and welcome to TIR Performance Division Round 1 Brazil. Tonight it's something different. We have decided to do a little bit of a realistic performance go. So, is it now going to be down to the car or to the driver? There's only one way to find out, and that's to watch the next race that we have got streaming for you live tonight. Tonight your streamer is Sutto861 and obviously guest streamer for TIR. Hello everyone and welcome. Right, okay, so it looks like we have got a fairly decent lobby then of 19 drivers, so away we go. So we're at Brazil for the first round. Nice even pace track for a lot of people. It's a favourite track of mine, and we should now soon be loading up into the lobby to find out whether we have got some interesting weather, whether the car is, if the performance of someone is down to their car or down to the driver. Well, in 30 seconds we shall find out. Everyone also out there, give us a wave or a hi there, watching the stream live. It's good to see you. And if anyone wants to join in on co-coms, I am more than welcome to take in a special guest. Anyway, so for qualifying, it's a short qualifying and then a 50% race. So let's get on with the telemetry. And find out what tyres they're on, and we'll get over now to the main screen. Enough of you seeing all my lovely face out there. Okay, so let's see the first cars to come out. I'm really interested to see what people's times are going to be in this, because realistic, it makes a new strategy for everyone, because like, obviously anyone that's obviously in a like a lower performance-wise car has really got to drive their heart out, and like anyone obviously in the higher performance, they've got an easier chance kind of thing. So yeah, anyway, so Dame Zero, obviously the first one out on the track, and the AlphaTauri. So we've got a little bit of Honda power there. So I don't know realistically what he's going to be looking for place wise. Obviously if it was equal, everyone would want to try to go for the win and everything. Obviously a lot of people here are going to be very, very different to what they usually are in normal racing circumstances. So let's ride on board with it. Well, let's ride on board with him, listen to the Honda engine for a little while. Also guys out there, anyone watching the stream, please let me know the quality of the visual and the audio. Any improvements that needs to be made, I can make them for you as I go along. Okay, so down into turn 1 now for Dame Zero, into then to turn 2, very carefully, not invalidating his lap, hugging the inside curb there on the exit, open up the steering and open up the DRS straight. I will get the track names, corner names up in for you guys in a second. So turn number 4, nicely done. Then turn 5, and then a short burst of power up to turn 6 and 7. It's the double right hander. It drops down to 5th gear for the extra rotation. Now to turn 8. Now the tricky part of the track, sector 2, which is this section is known as the Round the Lakes. On the soft tyres there as well for Dame Zero and the AlphaTauri Honda. Now coming up to Juncal. This is where you get it right or wrong. He's going to get a cheeky slipstream by the looks of it for him. It looks like a teammate there perhaps. I don't know. I can't see the rear end of that car very well. But he's trying to tuck on behind the slipstream of what's ever in front of him. He's gaining. He's gaining. He's got a little bit of broken wind there. He crosses the line. It's a 108.8. And it was his teammate. So good lap there from Dame Zero. Who else is not coming around the lap? It's the 109 from the McLaren there on the medium tyres as well. That makes a big difference. Imagine the time on the softer tyres. Very close. Well, just under a second away. Oh yeah, just under a second from the soft paced runner. We have got a Mercedes about to come across the line now of, no, that's not him. Oh, there he is, all the way up there. Skin Shaggy there, our lobby host for this evening. But there we go, Cubal 1980 goes fastest in the Alpine with a 1:08.7. So this should be an interesting one there. So in the whistle line speed, just listen to, oh, here we go. And the Ferrari goes 1:08.1 there from ETE Arndt. So he's managed to put the Ferrari on the top row. Now, I haven't seen the Mercedes has. Now, one of the Red Bulls. Who's in the Red Bull? Have we got a Red Bull out on track yet? No, both Red Bulls are sitting in the pit lane at the moment. So it's going to be interesting to see if either a Red Bull or a Mercedes does top the session. And we've got a retirement on track there of Elusive, funny enough, in a Haas as well, so that's quite realistic. So qualifying is playing off really realistically, because a Haas normally does retire in qualifying. It's normally massive spin, so that is one realistic element to the Brazilian Grand Prix so far for TIR. So we've got another Ferrari now coming out. We see a Mercedes there. I can see an AlphaTauri there just in front of a Ferrari. Oh, he's on his in lap, so he's not going to get in the way there at all. And I do believe the other Ferrari is on an in lap as well. Is that Adam B there as well? Is he on a flyer? It does look like it. He looks like he's used up all of his ERS. Doesn't improve on his time, slightly down there, just under 100th down on his time. And we've got a McLaren out there, so a Waddington, so right, Schumacher SF7, he's about to start his flying lap on medium tyres. Let's ride on board with him now into turn 1, down to turn 2, takes the corner absolutely perfectly there, gets a little bit too greedy, a little bit too much on the apex there, but doesn't lose too much time, opens up the DRS for this long straight, now braking just after just before the 50-meter board now for turn 4, dropped to third gear for the rotation there, coming through turn 5 now, and then up the hill as you come towards turn 6 and 7. The double right-hander, and then to turn 8 now, and then the tricky section now around the lakes, turn 9. Very well done there. A little bit wide on that corner though, and then one of the penultimate corners up to Juncal, goes a little bit wide, rides the apex, gets away with it from the track limit side of things, gets it perfectly out to the exit of Juncal now, using all of the Mercedes deployment there to get up the hill, hugs the inner curb on the line, take the shortest line, hug that line. It's a 1:09.6, that puts him P11. Okay, and so we've got an Alfa Romeo. Is that ETE Jason? Yes, it is. He is on a flying lap at the moment in the Alfa Romeo, on the softer tyres. Now, where can he manage to put this Alfa Romeo? Can he pull something out of the bag? Can he... What's he gonna do? Coming around the final corner now. It's a 1:09.7 on the medium tyres. Schumacher SF7. He doing another flyer? Looks like he's got the fuel for it. Yep, doing another flyer on the medium tyres. Right, who's your out? Mr. Waddington. So he is on an out lap, yet to set a lap in his Aston Martin as well. So we've got the other Haas of ET Maka there to be setting a, well, he has set a lap of 110. Is that the best that you can get out of the Haas? Worst car on the grid? Performance-wise, that is. Not saying he's the worst driver on the grid at the same time. Okay, so we haven't ridden on board. Is he going to start? He's on an out lap. He's on a fresh set of soft tyres. Let's ride on board now with the Haas as he starts his flying lap on soft tyres. Goes across the start-finish line to start the time. Down into turn 1, into 3rd gear. Now shift up to 4th gear as you come around turns 2 and 3. Hug the exit on the look. I lost my words there. I can't get my tongue twisted. Braking just before the 50-metre board for turn 4. Now 108.1 there from the McLaren there of Dualcott. Turn 6 and 7 there done by the Haas there very nicely, and I can see a Red Bull in the way of the Haas. Hopefully the Red Bull's going to get out of the way. Not Red Bull, sorry, it's a Ferrari. I just see a red. Right, Juncal. Perfectly done there from ETA Maka now. Now take the inner line, take the shorter line as you come up the hill now towards the finish line. What's he going to produce out of the Haas? It looks to be fast, very fast. It's a 108.7. That puts him up to P7. That's very good there.
And here comes Sebastian Vettel. He's next.
Okay, so what else have we got out on track at the moment? They're trying to set lap times. So at the moment in pole position for, well, there's only 6 minutes left of this session. We've got pole position time with Dualcott with a 108.1, and then we've got the challenger for pole position. It's very, very close between the two. Right, so the Ferrari is going to have another stab at taking pole position. Now, obviously, the best the tyres they use to set their best lap on with the tyres that they start the race with, because obviously, being with short qualifying, you only get one stab at it, so it is all to die for. As the Ferrari is circling around the track, decides that he doesn't want to go for his flying lap yet. Using the time there to just get used to the track. And E.T. Skeefy at the moment there on a flying lap in his AlphaTauri. Honda power! As he unleashes it up the hill there from Juncal. He set a purple sector 2 to his personal best there. He takes the inner line to take the shortest way to the finish line. He goes fastest with a 108.0 in the AlphaTauri Honda. Can someone put one of these cars into the 107s? Schumacher there, very, very close behind him by 0.07 of a second. That is absolutely incredible, guys. Okay, there's the Ferrari now of ETE Ants, who set a pole position time earlier as he now comes down the hill towards turn 1. Turns 1 executed perfectly there. Turn 2, turn 3, hugs the inner curb there for the exit, opens up the steering. DRS wide open now as released. Front line speed! Braking just before the 50-metre board now into turn 4. Hugs the apex a little bit, gives him a bit of time. That's a purple sector 1 there for him, so that's got to be the best of the session surely, because he's very close there anyway to the pole position time. Turn 6 and 7 now executed perfectly there from the Ferrari, full pretty much flat out there, just a short lift there of the throttle. Turns 8 and 9 now going down through round the lakes there, up the hill now. Turn 10. So we've got a 107 there in the sister Ferrari there. The Ferraris are looking very, very strong around this track today. So into Junção now, up the hill. That's a purple sector 2 there for ET Ants. Now up the hill now, releasing every single pony. That Italian stallion engine's got to give. Shortest line to the finish. It's a 107.6. 3/10 faster than his teammate. Cracking lap there. So at the moment it's a Ferrari front row lockout. Now this is not realistic at all at the moment. Normally it should be a Red Bull or a Mercedes, but I can see an Alfa Romeo there coming up the hill there. Looks like to be on a flying lap, taking the shortest line to the finish line. Is he going to knock one of the Ferraris off the top step? No, it's a 114. Can't push that Alfa any faster at all. Now I can see a Alpine is that? Yeah, that's Kubel on an out lap, starting a flying lap there as well. I can see a Haas of... not starting one. There's a ET Jason now coming up the hill. Is he on a fly? No, he's on an out lap. Okay, so we've got lots of people starting laps now. Dame Zero starts a lap as well. I can see cars. Yep, TIR Harry's just started a flying lap as well. Right, who's that? Now that is Kubel on a fly. No, it's not Kubel. That was Minaj. Ian Minaj and the whistle line speed. Now we've got Adam LB, who is invalidated, so that's going to be an aborted lap. I can see the other Ferrari now on an in lap surely. Right, now I can see a Red Bull. Is that Kenzie Retro coming up the hill? No, it isn't. It is Max Fan or MX Fan coming into the pit lane, so he's aborted his lap and he's not going to have time to come out. So that's going to be the best he can do is P16. So he must be the Sergio Perez of the show for the Red Bull team. So that's him retired. So we've got Mr. Waddington there. Now, is he the Sebastian Vettel or is he the Lance Stroll of the Aston Martin team? It looks like he's definitely the Lance Stroll there because he is just invalidated there on his flying lap. So he'll be starting P17 there as well. Right, okay. So we have now got, I can see Kenzie Retro on an out lap. Yes, he is in the Red Bull. What can he do? Let's find out. But we've got the Haas now coming across the lane of ETE Maka. Car is 21 seconds down, so that was an aborted lap. Right now I can see that's Kubel, surely. No, it's not Kubel. Adam is invalidated. He's going to try and start another flying lap. Yes, he is. Got an Aston Martin there on an out lap. Yep, now starting his flying lap. Right, now I can see a Mercedes. Purple sector 2 there. Coming up the hill. Can he make it realistic? Can they make it realistic? Can they put the Mercedes on the top row? .107.9, he goes P2, splits the Ferraris up. ETE Jason is aborted. Now I can Aston Martin. Now I can see right Alfa Romeo. 108 goes P12 for the Alfa Romeo. Kenzie Retro in his Red Bull. Goes fastest, but can only put it P15. Right, next person to come across the line will be ZZ Ikram. Goes P9. What's the Ferrari gonna do? Oh, that's just going across the line into because it's finished its session. That is all she wrote for qualifying then. Check that out. So Ferrari in pole, Mercedes second, Ferrari third, AlphaTauri fourth, McLaren's fifth and sixth, seventh is the two Alpines, Aston Martin in eighth. I don't know if that's an Alpine or Williams blue. I really don't know. Aston 12th. Cracking stuff. Absolutely cracking stuff. And we just got to wait for TIR Harry to finish his invalid lap. And we move on to the next session, guys. So there we go, guys. So ETE Arns in pole position in the Ferrari, Mercedes in second with CKS Dark Rider. Fourth, and that's your starting order because I'm not going to have time to go through all this because the countdown is beginning already. But what an interesting lineup. Mercedes there back in 19th position, 19th place. Last. There's no surprise there. Aston Martin, both Red Bulls at the back end of the grid as well. Not looking good. Two Alpines there, Minaj and Kubo in midfield. It is a Williams there up in quite high up, doing the George Russell of the session. Ooh, now this looks dark. Have we got some mixed conditions happening today? Sky is looking very, very grey out there today. Very, very grey. So have we got some mixed conditions going to play with this? Because if so, that's going to spice it all up and it's going to mix the order up as well. Because realistic performance, driver-wise as well, for wet conditions, that just changed the changes the game completely. Give us all a high out there as well, whilst we have the 5-minute interval between qualifying and race. And if there's anyone out there with any predictions for this race as well that are watching, it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts. The Ferraris, to me though, being a Ferrari fan, of course, as well. I would expect one of the Ferraris to do well. Because they're at the high end of the bookend of the grid. So, always one to watch. Okay, so also, guys out there as well, if you're watching the stream as well, I've added some new features to the Twitch stream as well. So if you want to have a little bit of influence on the what's being played and everything, obviously we've got the famous... Oh, bugger. I pressed the wrong button there, so didn't need to do that one. So yeah, so if you ever want to influence on the stream, we have got things like this. Don't believe I did hear that one. No, it's not seems to be working. Unless I need to add in... that's probably what I need to add in. Just give me 1 second, guys. Let me just add in a source. So now, if I press it...
Okay, Kimi, we have now 5-second time penalty that we will serve after the race.
For what?
So they will add 5 seconds to your time after the race. For what? For crossing the line on pit.
That's better. Yep, I forgot to add in the audio for it. Silly old me. Thank you for the follow as well, TIR Badger. It's great to have some more followers there. I've now got 43 followers. Good to get those things up there. Something tells me. Or I don't know what you mean. I really don't know what you mean. But yeah, no. Yes, I am a Ferrari fan. Very much Ferrari fan. It's definitely... That one's not quite there yet, my friend. I've got to download that one. Are you a Max fan now?
But box. Stay out.
Yeah, it's so f***ing late now, f***'s sake.
I really need to give you a list of what the commands are as well. Hello, Adam LB there as well. Yeah, definitely a Mercedes fan all the way, you know. Need a list of these commands. Okay, right. I will put them in the chat for you to have. If you paid attention to my streamer post earlier on the Discord, Kenzie, they will be there for you. But here you go.
But here comes Sebastian Vettel. He's next.
Now I can't, it's broken! It's broken! Anti-stall! It's off. Fuck!
So guys, it is now formation lap time. So where is my Xbox controller? I lost it. There it is. Okay, so I've got a very short time to do this one. So let's get this going. So starting at the back of the grid, it's Elusive. In the pain in the ass, it's the Haas. And Skin Shaggy starts in P19 in the Blackmobile Mercedes. And then we've got the Aston Martin of A. Waddington starting in P18. I believe he's a Max fan. He starts in P17, and believe it or not, he's in the Red Bull. ETE Jason starts in P16 in the Alfa Romeo. Kenzie Retro wants to have some fun with the bots there I see earlier in the other Red Bull starting in P15. TIR Harry in the Williams starts in P14. P13 is Mr. Flappy, XQ Mr. Flappy in the Alfa Romeo. ETE Macca starts P12 in the other Haas. AlphaTauri Honda P11 goes to TTV Dame 0. And then we've got P10 Adam LB in the Williams doing the George Russell of the session. Zuclonium, I'm assuming that is. It starts in P9 in the Aston Martin. And then Cubal, I wonder why he's got that name, starts in P8 in the Alpine. ERN Minaj has got his ban lifted at last. He starts in P7, sorry, in the other Red Bull. Alpine. I'll get my words out. P6 in the McLaren goes to Ducati. Schumacher SF7, that's a name that I'm used to, starts in P5. Skifi starts in the AlphaTauri in P4. Pagoda Delta 2 starts in P3. Dark Rider in P2. And ETE Ants in pole position in the Ferrari. As we get ready, guys, for start of the race. Headphone users, be warned. We've got this, like, 1, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. No! And the Ferrari gets away fantastically, but the AlphaTauri of ETE Skiffy gets an absolutely cracker of a start off the line there into P2. The Mercedes holds line in P3, but then the original P3 guy down into P5. So he must have been a fraud there in P3 there early on in the Ferrari there. But then we've got absolutely cars going wide side by side, and we've got carnage absolutely everywhere going to turn 4. There's absolutely debris everywhere. Damage is going to be absolutely big crucial key there. Sector 2 yellow flag, but it doesn't look like that anyone has retired at all. Look at Dame Zero on the inside of the McLaren of Schumacher SF7. He takes P7 coming into turn 8. And then there's Adam Lee. Adam LB there taking. So the Mercedes of Dark Riders in P3 at the moment, who's got ERN Minaj right behind him in the Alpine at the moment. But the Ferrari at the moment's got a small gap. But then the ERS being used there, surely no doubt. Let's get some details up for you guys as well. What a cracking move there. He's up into P3. What a great start for the Alpine driver, but then Kenzie Retro there, up 6 positions as well from the start of the race there, in the Red Bull there. So now next target is going to be Mr. Waddington himself, who's the biggest gainer of all. But Schumacher SF7 obviously got some damage there. Cubal, ECE Jason there, all in the pits at the moment. What tyres are going to go on to? Are they going to go to the end of the race? Because normally track degradation on this track is pretty decent, so a medium soft strategy will work, or a soft medium strategy will work as well. But Mr. Waddington is going to be under pressure soon because Kenzie Retro is starting to reel him in. But then what hasn't happened yet though is that Mercedes, obviously being realistic performance, is actually having trouble following traffic as well. It's all to play for as the Ferrari of ETE Arndt sets the fastest lap of the race so far. Lap 2, so lap 3 now, so DRS is now enabled. So the Honda power of the AlphaTauri of Mr. Skiffy is using his DRS. He's going to come down the back straight. He's going to gain in on that Ferrari. Excuse me, I am still only not long recovered from COVID. So if I lose my voice, I do apologise. And it might go on me as far through this race as well, because we've got action everywhere. Because now with DRS enabled, it looks like Dark Rider is closing back in on ERN Minaj there as well. But also not losing that touch out of the distance there is Pagoda Delta. I'm just going to call you Delta from now on. It's going to be the easier name out of all because I can't be bothered to say Pagoda. But Delta 2 there, obviously, in P5 there in the Ferrari. So Ferrari's 1 and 5 at the moment there. Mercedes P4 at the moment. But here we go, guys. We've got an overtake. It's going to be the Ferrari. But can the Mercedes grunt with the DRS and using the ERS pull away? And you can see it physically is pulling away. How heart-wrenching would that be? To be that person, to be Delta 2, chasing that Mercedes where right now you should be gaining. And all you can do is just watch it drive off into the distance. But yeah, no, we have got Mr. Waddington there, obviously, in the Aston Martin there, giving some Dame Zero a little bit of trouble. He's got focus right on his gearbox at the moment, so Dame Zero there looks like he's having to make the AlphaTauri wider than my mum's bum. So putting all the car in the right places there and everything, but this is where it's going to matter now, where he pulls out of Junção. Can he get it right, and can Mr. Waddington get it right as well? Looks like Dame Zero's got the better of the run, but it doesn't matter because Miss A. Waddington's picked up the slipstream. He's using the DRS. He doesn't need to use any ERS at the moment, because he's now going to hold back and make this one count as well, because this is where you want to be doing your overtakes. You do it on the start finish line, it means you can come back, but Dame Zero there's using a squirt of ERS there to pull away. Looks like the Aston Martin hasn't got the grunt to catch up with it. Gonna go around the outside of turn 6 and 7. Gets a switch back on the AlphaTauri. Can he get the exit of the corner perfectly? He gets the move done. So that is P7 for A. Waddington. Right, so Dame Zero, will he come back at him now? He's picked up the slipstream, he's got the DRS now. He's definitely got more speed than him. He makes the move before turn 1. But then this means also that we have got, a very, very spicy battle there happening between, and someone's going off. Mr. Flappy there's had a flappy moment and gone off. Nearly collects the McLaren there. The Haas is all over the back there of the Alfa Romeo as well. And the Red Bull there of MX Fan giving the Mercedes a little bit of trouble as well, like making sure that it's keeping them honest. But hang on, this is the closest that I've seen these two guys now. Skeefy is starting to make an attack on the leader there. For ACE Jason there gets a 3-second time penalty for extending the track limits there. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Remember, keep it on the black stuff. So, looking at the status at the moment between the two cars, the front runners, we have got E.T. Arndt in the lead and the Ferrari with 33% of his ERS left, and then we have got Skeefy right behind him with double the amount that he's got to play with. So, at the moment, the shoe is well and truly on the AlphaTauri's foot. But then we've got these two coming side by side again into this double right-hander. Good little squabble there between these two guys. Nice little battle there happening. Right then, so we have got Mr. Minaj now. Oh, there's a Williams getting out of the way there. Starting to close in on the Alpine as well. But then we've got Mr. Flappy now coming right side by side. Little three-way scrap between these two. Opens up his DRS, the Ferrari power unit. But look at that. The Mercedes has just got grunt. Pure grunt. Makes it very difficult for the Alfa Romeo to overtake. Very difficult indeed. Lap 8 out of 36. Excuse me. And we've got our first retirement of the session now, which deploys a virtual safety car. So it's like TIR Harry has lost it. Yeah. Going through now, so we're still waiting under the virtual safety car, so there'll be no overtaking. Unless they're going into the pits, of course. Some people getting a cheap pit stop. Oh, so Dame Zero had some wing damage as well, so he's getting that repaired. Still under the virtual safety car, guys, and obviously status quo still remains at the moment. This obviously gives the Ferrari a chance to recharge its batteries. Multiple warnings there for Ducott for being a naughty boy and extending track limits. And away we go. It looks like we're back racing again, so it does look like that. Oh, look at the speed difference between the Ferrari and the Honda. He's just gained in on that one. He's right behind him. He's got so much battery to play with. Surely he's going to try and have a stab at taking the lead as he unleashes the Honda power. He's in the DRS. He's not using any ERS at all, but just the difference in speed because he's got that wing open. We've got Waddington and Draco. Oh no, it's just straight Dark Raider having a pit stop there. The Mercedes going on to medium tyres and looks like finishing the race on those tyres as well. So a Waddington there up to P6 now. So medium runners there, the soft runners still in the lead of the race on 9 laps. They should be thinking about soon whether they want to come in or not in the next 5 or 6 laps probably. And down in P13 at the moment is Ducott in the McLaren. He's chasing down Dame Zero. Dame Zero is on the faster tyre though, so he is in a losing battle there unfortunately. So that is going to be, excuse me. That is going to be unfortunate there if that Dame Zero is just going to have the pull away out of the corners and everything. Yeah, as you can see there, look at the delta as he just through sector 2. Well, on the realistic side of things, it's more closer than what real F1 is between first and second, but then first and second really wouldn't be there in real life at all because those two cars are not realistically race winners. Oh well, the Alpha Tauri was. But obviously drivers in it wasn't fast enough to keep up with Max and Lewis this season, to be fair. Yeah. So Skeefy is just reeling in the Ferrari every so often, setting his time, making it known that he is there. He's not letting him get away, and he's just trying to see if he can force the Ferrari into an error so he doesn't have to work too hard. Yeah, we've got Waddington also. Delta 2 in the pits on medium tyres. Now he was starting on soft tyres. Oh! He won't be going anywhere because he's just crashed and retired. And that has escalated a safety car. Wow. I think he lit up the rear end a little bit too much there, and that is not what you wanted. Which does mean, though, the front runners pretty much now get a free pit stop onto the medium tyres. And this man here gets to unlap himself. Right, so imagine the pit lane is becoming an absolute, yep, place of mayhem. In comes the AlphaTauri of Dame Zero. Back onto the mediums there to finish the race on. And Schumacher there, obviously light fueling will be relieved of this safety car so he can harvest some fuel and save fuel for his for last him longer in the race. That's the danger when you under fuel, unfortunately, is like if there isn't a safety car, you do risk of running out. And without being able to use the fuel maps like we used to in previous games, it does unfortunately make you have to think a lot harder for like the long game of your race strategies. So lap 13 out of 36, we've got ETR in the lead in the Ferrari there, now the sole Ferrari of this race. Started the first and basically still holds the lead. ETE Skifi started second, sorry, started fourth and got an absolute rocket start into P2, and then ER and Minaj managed to overtake the Mercedes up into P3. Dark Raider there started P2 and dropped down to P4. Unfortunately, seems to have got a little bit of a poor start. Adam in fifth there in the other in the Williams there. So Williams having a good show today in the Performance League, and then we've got Zomicron, Zicronium, sorry, Zicronium. In the Aston Martin in P6. Kenzie Retro there managed to crawl back up to P7 there from pretty much bookend of the grid in the Red Bull there. Mr. Flappy there started pretty decently, and in P8. Skin Shaggy in 9th there in the Mercedes, and then ETE Maka in 10th. Dame Zero in the AlphaTauri in 11th, and Schumacher SF7 in 12th. MX Fan in 13. I was just saying about to say P11 then, because I see the 111 at the end. And A Waddington down into P14 now. He's having a good show. He's on the medium tyres. He's boxed there. He'll be going to the end of these tyres. So Zirconium looks like he will need to be doing a pit stop very, very soon. Mr. Flappy on the hards there as well. Interesting. And the same with dual car. Safety car is in this lap very, very, very quickly. That was safety car soon got out of the way for everyone. So let's get back on board to the main screen now as we get ready to go racing. And the Ferrari has bolted and he's caught people napping. Look at that. Skifi's going to be absolutely fuming with himself. Fuming with himself as he now is under pressure as Minaj gets a 3-second time penalty, and Minaj is going to come right at the AlphaTauri now as he's got this slipstream. Remember, they've got no DRS, so it is just literally all power, but the Honda power unit is able to keep that Renault at bay. Restart situation. MX Fan has dropped down to the back of the grid there, getting in a bit of a tangle there by the looks of it as well. Not looking good there for the Red Bull driver. But then Kenzie Retro, oh hello, what we got going on here? Cars going side by side through this section again. Skin Shaggy there going through for it. No, he's behind his teammate now. So the Mercedes are now they're now paired up. They can work together. But Minaj, is he going to try and pull on the AlphaTauri? He can't. He's not using any battery and he's very close behind him, but the slipstream doesn't. But Adam LB and Mr. Flappy are exchanging places as the Williams overtakes the Alfa Romeo. But the Alfa Romeo is going to try and come back at him as he tries to pick the slipstream. But the Mercedes behind him of Dark Rider is going to try and have a go at him. Max Fan in the pits there, now had a fresh set of tyres on. He's just overtaken Kubel. ET Maka is right behind the Mercedes there. Look at the AlphaTauri there, also gets a little bit slippery, but the Mercedes is not making it easy. And it's not going to be easy in the Haas as well to get past that Mercedes on the straights. You can use all the battery he likes, but the Mercedes, obviously, it's got the Brazil engine in it. It's got the Lewis Hamilton spec engine in it. It's just pulling away. It's the illegal engine, but we've got the AlphaTauri Honda now pulling in, of Dame Zero pulling in on that Haas. Cracking stuff from Dame Zero around the outside. No! Goes wide off track. Right, Kenzie Retro now is right on the back of Zicronium's Aston Martin. He's found the rhythm in his Red Bull. Car is very much more alive for him. As he pulls in, he's going to have the DRS. He's so lightly fueled. He's going to splash past him. But Minaj at the moment is now overtaken for the lead. But Minaj has picked up a 3-second time penalty for that. Is now Arndt's going to come back at him and try and get him? Now that Arndt's is in dirty air, is that going to affect the performance of the Ferrari as well? So Kenzie Retro now into P4, so he can start pulling in on his AlphaTauri, I would say teammate, but we know in real life that would be AlphaTauri move out the way for Red Bull right away. But it's TIR life and it's not going to move out the way right away. And we've got a nice scrap going on here between the Haas and the Aston Martin as they come up. Junkao now, who's got the more power? We all know who's got the more power. It's the Aston Martin. What a move from the McLaren there of Schumacher SF7. Cracking stuff. Wow, this adds absolutely epic racing between these guys at in this midfield battle here. This is actually really spiced it up, the safety car, you know. But cracking race. The close quarters racing that's going on here. Fantastically done there. I'm just I'm sorry about the silence. I'm just in amazement with what I am seeing here at the moment, guys. It is absolutely, as they go 3 wide into turn 1. Oh, and the Aston Martin's gone round. The Aston Martin's gone round of Waddington. Oh, it was so good. So good to watch, but it had to end, unfortunately. Right, Dame Zero on the back of Schumacher SF7. "16 laps to go out of this 36 lap race. We're on lap 20. Everyone has made their one stop that they need to make. Will they make any more though, because it's part of their strategy? So we have got an absolute crack of a race now, as the 2 front runners are even Stevens, both with 3-second time penalties. Kenzie Retro there with a 3-second time penalty now. He is currently 6 seconds behind Skeefy, but I think he's gaining on him. But he has got a Zuclonium right behind him on medium tyres, 18 lap on mediums as well. Not letting him go away too easily. And also we've got Dark Rider now coming back into the midst of it as well. So battle for first at the moment, starting to spread out. Looks like that ERN Menage is on a different level in that Alpine. He's definitely put some rocket fuel in there, because this is not legitimate. Because Alpine shouldn't be this quick. But we've definitely got, obviously he's in the lead at the moment. He's now broke the DRS barrier, so he's managed to pull out the DRS from ETE Arns. But ETE Skiffy as well, who's out of DRS from the Ferrari, 1.5 seconds behind the Ferrari. So, and then we've got Kenzie Retro. However, you've got ETE Skiffy, who has, and I do believe this is a bit of deja vu for me, they had no time penalties whatsoever. But there was another driver in another race that literally had to pull out the, or it might be Skeefy, I can't remember. But anyway, they won by 0.007 in the end. They managed to pull the gap that they needed to do on their last lap when they overtook the cars that they needed to take. It was absolutely incredible to watch. Last Wednesday it was Tier 4. Not Tier 4. Oh, I can't remember. Tier 3. Tier 3. So we've got Elusive there, who's currently right at the back there. So the 2 houses running 17th and 18th at the back of the grid there as well. That's part realistic. Dame Zero there starting in P. Well, he started off well, but he's in P16. He had a pretty decent race. Well, he's been up and down the grid, but it might come back to him. Late safety car by all means. Can always trigger a few things, you know, people getting tired and everything. But anyway, let's see what's going on with the battle for 5th at the moment. Battle for 4th, sorry. So it does look like that. Kenzie Retro there is well, Zuclonium has got past him. Zuclonium's mediums, 20 laps old. Now I don't know how long the mediums can do. It will be absolutely epic if he does the rest of the race on them and finishes where he does, because kudos is where kudos is due. Cracking race to manage the tyres that well also. But no, spoke too soon. He is coming in for a pit stop. That puts Kenzie Retro back into 4th with Dark Raider, and there's Elusive there, 3-second time penalty for being a naughty person and extending track limits, as Zucronium now drops to the back of the grid. It's going to be on very fast softs for the remaining 12 laps of this race. So again, Kenzie Retro, I can see his fuel warning light there flashing up on him. He's got a little bit of fuel to save still. So the Ferrari there of Arndt's there, it's dropped back a bit. It's 1.9 seconds behind now. But ERN Menage's soft will start to drop off. That's why Menage now is trying to pull away, because he needs to try and mitigate any loss of time that he's going to get and make his gain back up as quick as he can. Alright, Dark Raider now in the pits as well, goes for soft tyres. I'm sure that's to cover off Mr. Zucronium. He boxes, so 2-stop strategies happening for a lot of people, or for several people. Skin Shaggy there, some Mercedes on 2-stoppers. Jason there gets a 3-second time penalty. Now, Mr. Flappy will be doing to go into the end of the race without shadow of a doubt on those hard tyres. Unless obviously something happens. Hi Matty, good to see you there. Anyway, so Adam LB in the Williams, he's right behind Kenzie Retro. Kenzie Retro looks like he's having a little bit of problems there, as Kenzie Retro now is trying to defend from him, but then the Williams do have to cut that one out, because it wasn't the time or the place. He ran out of road basically. But now the Williams has caught onto the slipstream of the Red Bull, but the Red Bull's going to use all of its Honda power to get away. But then there's ERS and DRS to be played here with. But then Kenzie Retro manages to defend the corner, as then Adam LB manages just to keep with him through Sector 2, and going to have another stab at him, surely through Juncal. Last 10 laps of the race. Okay, so here we go for another move up at him. Can he do it? Oh, Kenzie Retro's into the pits now. Be a fresh set of sauce for him. Right, so this is going to be the question. Are these two going to the end of the race on these tyres? My instinct tells me that they can do it. I mean, if someone can pull 20 laps on them with a heavy fueled car, that should be one to watch. So these three, so I'd say that...
It's broken! Anti-stall! It's off. Fuck!
Max Fan there with a 3-second time penalty there for extending track limits. And thank you very much, XRF1 Rog T, for using one of the new features of the stream. Right, we've got a little bit of a battle going on here as well. Look at that Mercedes powering at the McLaren, splash past that Alfa Romeo. Double over, he's got just got overtaken by 2 drivers in one corner there. Absolutely smashing stuff there. For the first couple of weeks, until you guys get your chat points up with me, they will be free. But then I will start putting a currency on them so that you start spending your chat points, because not everything's going to be free. Okay, so Zucronium now on the back of the McLaren Mercedes. It's Aston Martin Mercedes versus McLaren Mercedes now. He's just got even Stevens on power. It's just pure driver skills there between them and the actual copycat of the whatever it was, Mercedes that Force India replicated. And there's ETE Jason now trying to use everything his Ferrari power unit Alfa Romeo can give him, but he's just got no horses. No horses are there whatsoever, but he's got a very, very Lewis Hamilton Mercedes style engine there right behind him as well. It's the illegal engine. We're at Interlagos. Yeah, absolutely. The Alfa Romeo is just going to get swallowed up here, surely. Opens the DRS. Oh! That was naughty! Wonder what was going on then. That has definitely ruined their Dark Raiders race. Aaron Minaj is not one lap. Oh. Aaron Minaj has boxed yap, so he's on medium tyres now to the end of the race. So he has got 5 laps to pull in. "13 seconds. Which he has just shaved off 2 seconds, I do believe. No. Cuba there sets the fastest lap of the race so far with a 1:09.4. No, we're 2 seconds off the qualifying times that we saw. Okay, so we have got Dual Coot, sorry. In P8 at the moment, challenging Mr. Flappy. They're both on hard tyres as well. Seems to be on the same structure, these two 17 lap old hards. Pretty much so on tyre performance wise, they're pretty much even Stevens. Race is starting to spread out a little bit apart from Cue Ball right now. He's having a go at Kenzie Retro. Kenzie Retro just, for some reason, seems to be having trouble. He got damage. Oh, and the McLaren goes round. That's so unfortunate there. And then we've got Max Van there coming on the back of ETE Macca. Right, and so now we've got Cue Ball. He's coming onto the back of Dame Zero. Dame Zero doesn't look like he's going to have much of an answer to this one now, as the Alpine now comes down on the back end on that gearbox of the AlphaTauri Honda into turn 3. Now dual coots. Again, the Honda. Ooh, so close there. Elusive there, 3-second time penalty. 2 laps left of the race. It does look like that Skeefy may. Well, we've got 2 laps to get half a second there for Ants. What we got going on? Can the Alpine get past the AlphaTauri this time as he unleashes every bit of whistle line speed as they come down? Yes, he does. He gets the move done. Kenzie Retro has retired from the session. Are we? No, it's going to be too late for a safety car. Far too late. But we've got Elusive. Oh, what a place to lose it as well. What on earth happened there with Kenzie Retro? I do not know. But
I am stupid. I am stupid.
But we've got half a second there. We're on the penultimate lap before we get onto the final lap. There's the Ferrari 2.6 seconds ahead with that 3-second time penalty. But there's ETE Skeefy right there with 2.5 seconds between in the cushion. He's got half a second in the cushion. Oh dear, that's what happens for under fueling. I didn't know that Red Bull were on budget cuts. But no, Mr. Waddington, no, I'm going to call him Mr. Waddington there. 7 tenths behind the Alfa Mouth, Mr. Flappy. So lap 36 out of 36. It's the final lap now. He's got to find 4 tenths. 2 tenths. He needs to deploy every bit of cunning skill he can to get this race victory, because all this person's got to do is just sit where he is and he's going to steal it away from them. I'm assuming that Skeefy is a male. I do apologise if you're not. But no, ET Arnt's there. Can he pull a qualifying lap out of the bag here? 2.7 seconds it is between them. So now to use Everett's 2.9 seconds. He is trying. He's got to get this done, and he's got to get it done right. The Ferrari has led pretty much from start to finish. Started in pole position. The only thing he hasn't got is fastest lap, because it could have been a grand slam. Now this is where it counts. On the exit of Juncal, use every bit of ERS he can possibly give. But then there's ETE Skifi. He's going to try and do the same. He's going to be neck and neck as they come through over the line. It's 2.9 seconds. But then we've got ETRs who crosses the line in first. But no, the AlphaTauri's just managed to nick it. The Honda power unit obviously comes through there. ER and Minaj, he finishes in third. And we've got Sucronium now about to come across the line. He'll be finishing in fourth place. Right behind him as well as Adam LB in the Williams there, finishes in P5. Good result there for the Williams driver. And then Mr. Flappy, 22 lap on hard tyres, goes 6th. Mr. Waddington in 7th. And then the Schumacher SF7 in 8th. Teammate in 9th. Skin Shaggy goes 11th. And then Cubal into 10th. And then Dual cut down to 11th in the end after time penalties all being applied and everything. Max Fan goes 14th. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is results of Sunday night's Performance League Brazilian Grand Prix. I hope you've been as entertained as what I have, because it's been absolutely interesting to watch. And it also goes to show that not only is it the car performance, but driver does count to coming to winning a race. So there we go, guys. ETE Skifi takes the race victory, and then ETE Arts in second, but they crossed the line the other way around. Yeah, Minaj in third, Zucronium in fourth, Adam LB in fifth, sixth Mr. Flappy, seventh A Waddington, Schumacher SF7 in eighth, Skin Shaggy in ninth, 10th goes to Cubal 1980, Dual Coot in 11th, Dame Zero in 12th, Macca in 13th, sorry, ETE Jason in 14th, and MX Fan 11-1 in 15th. 16th goes to Elusive, Kenzie Retro DNF'd in 17th, TKS Dark Rider in 18th, Delta 2 with that DNF earlier in 19th, and TIR Harry in 20th in the Williams. How could you hear me if you didn't have your headset turned on? So there we go, guys. That has been TIR's Performance Division race of Sunday night. That is the race results. That is your race result for the evening. It's been an absolutely entertaining race to watch. Tune in next week for next week's Performance League race. I don't know the schedule just as yet. I'm going to brush up on my knowledge and everything of it. But then I don't know who'll be streaming it either. Thank you very much, Fearing Capab. Yes, please, guys, if you haven't followed me, give me a follow. I appreciate everything that any followers that can come along and everything. And also, guys, do enjoy watching the playback as well. But then, guys, I'm going to end the stream now for tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. I am Sato861, streaming for tonight for TIR, Total Impact Racing Performance Division. Performance Division. I'm actually going to be racing for TIR on Wednesday, so should you want to tune into that race for Dame Zero's stream, do so and see me on track on Sato 861. But until next week, guys, or until next time I'm on, good night.